So before this video actually starts, I just want to say that this is my opinion and my opinion only. So whatever I say, don't take it personally. There's just some things that I dislike that other people might like. So let's hold back on the hate comments and just enjoy this video. Please and thank you. So this is my second time recording this video because the first time my GoPro decided to overexpose all the footage. So let's try this again. My first gripe that I have with this bike is this small ass gas tank. You might think that Yamaha came out with their bigger bike, and because it's a bigger bike and a bigger engine, they're gonna put a bigger gas tank in there. But no, you're wrong. This gas tank is only 14 liters compared like a Ninja 300, which is 17 liters, and this is very annoying. Even though this engine gets pretty good gas mileage, still doesn't make a difference for how many times I gotta fill up this bike. I'm pretty sure I have to fill up this bike at least every 2 days, and I know I can extend the range by just not thrashing the throttle all the time, but you know, that's the whole fun part about this bike, you know, accelerating super hard. I remember when I used to have my Ninja 300, I would fill up that bike, I don't know, like every 4 to 5 days, no problem. This bike I have to fill up like every 2 days, which is pretty annoying. So I always have to remember to myself that whenever I go to work or somewhere else, that I'll probably be very low on gas and I'll have to fill up. But that's okay because this bike is still very amazing. Now the second gripe I have with this bike is the shifter. Not the position of the shifter, but the travel of the shifter itself. Whenever I wear bigger boots, it's completely okay because my boot is much more thick, and that way it's much easier for me to shift. But whenever I'm wearing these type of riding shoes that are a little bit thinner, there's like a lot of travel that I have to go through. So whenever I'm shifting, it just doesn't feel as, you know, not as smooth, but like the gearbox is still very clicky, but the travel is just a little bit too long. I would love if the travel was a little bit shorter. I've rode many other bikes, and those bikes have much shorter travel, but you know, after a while you get used to it. But the problem with me is I always change shoes around, and I always have to get used to the shifter over and over again, of how much I have to put up my foot in order to shift. And I know many of you would say like, oh, you can adjust the shifter by like how high and low it is. I'm saying the travel itself, it's a little bit too long. So yeah, on to our next thing, which is the throttle. In my opinion, it's pretty jerky. I know it could be easily fixed with a tune, but the tune is pretty expensive. So what do I mean by the throttle being jerky? When you're in higher gear, it's completely fine, but let's say when you're in first especially, but like, let me go down to third. Whenever we release the throttle and go back on it, it just jerks violently. When you're going higher speeds, it's okay, but when you're going lower speeds, when you turn on the throttle and you slightly give it a little bit of gas, it just jerks so violently, and it gives you way less enjoyment when you're going on lower speeds. So hopefully I can get a tune in the next couple of weeks, so we can sort that issue out. But for now, it's pretty annoying. Now, the controls on my left hand side. The right hand side is completely fine, but on my left hand side, this cluster right here, it's I don't think it's well designed. I've been on many other bikes, and those bikes have like all the buttons on the right spot. What do I mean by that is like the horn is super hard to reach with my thumb, and I have like normal sized hands, and for me to reach the horn, it's pretty far away, and it's such an awkward spot. Like it's right above the turn signal, right like below this switch. It's really easy to hit other switches before you hit the horn. So if you're in an emergency situation and you're panicking, it's very likely you're gonna hit your turn signals, your high beams, and only then you'll find your horn. And I've had this bike for like pretty long time now, and I still can't get used to it, how awkward the button is. It's pretty small too. On Hondas, they have like a big switch like that you can easily find with your thumb right here. And on Kawasaki, they have like this switch on the bottom, which is super close to the handlebar and super easy to find. But Yamaha, I don't know why they did this. It's okay, I guess, but you know, it would have been nicer if they improved this thing, these controls right here. And on to the worst thing about this bike, in my opinion, and that is the rear brake. Just like Chase onto Wiener said, when you press on the brake, it feels like you're pressing on mashed potatoes. You get no feedback whatsoever. You have no idea if you're braking. You have to slam on them so hard to just get a little bit of feel. Like other bikes, you just lower your foot, press on the lever, and it will start braking right away. On this bike, you have to press it like halfway down to get any feedback at all. Hopefully when I bleed the brakes for this bike, and when I change the brake pads and maybe change the lines to steel braided, maybe they will improve. So we have to see how they are. But out of factory, I think those brakes are complete crap. The front ones are completely fine, I have no problems with them, but the rear brake, god damn it, Yamaha. Maybe they fixed it in the 2018 model, who knows. So those were my 5 things that I really hate. Well, not really hate, just the small gripes I have without this bike. I still like this bike very much nonetheless. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I have many other videos coming out soon, and I'll see you in the next one.